And coming up tonight on India Matters, the Banana Republic of the Congress Party, an effort to sully the AI summit has come to the fore. Where do you stand, viewer? Are you conflicted about it? Did the Congress have a point to prove, or have they really harmed India's reputation more than it already has been with the other things that have been taking place at the AI summit? That's my debate number one tonight. At 8:30, I bring you a front row seat to the best of India AI week. Tomorrow is the last day. In case you've been distracted by all the viral moments, I'm going to get into the substance of it, and my team has put together an unmissable half-hour documentary distilling the very best. Let's get started with our top story tonight. Imagine being at a tech summit and suddenly having to inhale air in the proximity of these guys who decided to shed their clothes just as Delhi's weather is warming up. It's becoming very hot in the city right now. Imagine wanting AI but instead getting BO. Thankfully, I wasn't at Delhi's Bharat Mandapam today, but thousands of people were with these guys. Thousands of people there. The Congress's Topless protest at the India AI Summit has triggered exactly the reactions you would expect. Outrage from the government and from the BJP. And the Congress defending it as legitimate democratic protest over the India-US trade deal. On the face of it, protests like these at the global summits are not unusual at all. In fact, they are almost expected. They are a fixture. From Davos to Cancun to Bali, major international events attract activists, demonstrators, and headline-grabbing theatrics, flash mobs, etc. It's totally normal. The Congress clearly hopes the public will see today's cringeworthy spectacle of men in their vests in that same light, a democratic expression of indignation over trade and policy concerns. But the reality is something else. What we saw today was not global-style activism. It was yet another display of the Congress's deep disconnect with India's public mood. And it came barely a day after the India AI Summit actually came together in a strong and substantive way. Now, let me be absolutely clear. I blame nobody for the massive media frenzy over the Galgotia's Chinese robo-dog embarrassment. In my personal view, it was a small but telling metaphor for India's vulnerabilities when it comes to quality checks, performance standards, and the choices of who represents India's AI ecosystem. It was damaging, and frankly, the government deserved much of the criticism it received the day before yesterday. But for the principal opposition party to reduce the entire summit to that single episode revealed something very important. It showed how desperately the Congress party wanted the AI summit to fail, and by extension, for India to stumble. Rahul Gandhi, by the way, said nothing about the summit substance, nothing about India's AI ambitions, only mockery of the Galgotia's episode. That was the precursor. Today's topless protest by Rahul Gandhi's evidently unemployed foot soldiers was simply the next step, and was perhaps only to be expected. The public will not be fooled, however, in my view, because while people mocked the Galgotia's fiasco and rightly questioned the government for its quality checks and who they gave valuable space to in an international summit, they also understand the larger picture. The public sab janta hai. Once you step back from the media frenzy, that embarrassment was a diversion inside a serious and consequential event that showcased real progress in India's AI story. Unlike the public, the Congress, and you saw what they did today, seems unable to separate political frustration from national interest. For its leadership, anything that goes right in India is seen as not as a national gain, but a win for Modi and the BJP. Which is why when Emmanuel Macron and other international leaders compliment India's UPI digital payments, the Congress feels attacked and victimized. Or when Sundar Pichai says he has seen tremendous change in an AI-ready India, the Congress doesn't feel pride but pain. And that is the real problem when a party, the principal opposition party, the second largest party in the country, cannot celebrate national progress without political irritation, it begins to make these bad, horrible, stinking choices like the one it did today at the Bharat Mandapam. Today's topless protest is one of them, an attempt to dress up political frustration as activism. There was no activism in this. The public sees it for what it is, not dissent, not strategy, because the Congress wants you to think that this is righteous indignation reflecting public anger. But if you see the images of how the public treated these youth Congress workers, you will know what the public mood actually is. Some of these people even got thrashed. Just another cringe moment from a party that still cannot handle the idea of India doing well without them at the helm of affairs. Let's go straight to our guests. I think they've joined me. Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, he's an author and a best-selling commentator as well. Hardeep Singh Kingra is a Congress leader. And Khaliqur Rahman is a political analyst and also a Congress leader. Welcome to you all. Before I go to the politicians, and it's good to see all of you here, thank you for your time. I'm going to go to Anand first. Anand, I really wish I was in Bharat Mandapam today. I really wish I was there. I don't get to get out of the studio much, but I wish I was there today because, this is a signal moment in the opposition really dominating the headlines and making its principles felt across the country. Anand, what do you think?
Good evening, Shiv, and good evening to my fellow panelists. Look, I think on a serious note, there is no other way of putting it. For the Congress and Rahul Gandhi, hatred for Modi has now transmogrified into hatred for India. In fact, the Congress wants India to fail spectacularly so that it can say India has failed because Modi was running it. How else would you explain the fact that this AI summit held in India over the last 3 days has by every parameter, technical or otherwise, being a roaring success? We've had more than 700 AI developments, innovations, discoveries showcased. We've had 42 CEOs of global tech companies give either keynotes or plenaries or attend. We've had a total visitor footfall of more than 300,000. We've had 347 exhibitors from 34 countries. We've had $250 billion worth of MOU pledges and investments that have been signed up. We've had the United Nations pledging $3 billion for AI overreach and reach across the globe. And we've had one fraud detected and dealt with. And look at the nitpicking. The Prime Minister is being accused of being compromised. On a lighter note, Shiv, it is like, when I attended your spectacular wedding reception and I complained of garam masala in the sambar. And you were very kind enough to say that because you married a Punjabi, I think that should be overlooked. Fine. But look at what is happening right now. This is an AI summit that was needed for not India's present or to showcase India's past. This is absolutely required for India's future. And in your primary, yourself said, NDTV has talked to at least 3 or 4 people who are in the know, and they are saying very soon 40% of all jobs, and I think they're talking about jobs that require mental faculties, are going to be taken over by AI. And that is a serious challenge. Yeah. And here we had India showcasing what Indian ingenuity or innovation or discovery is all about. Yes, we are not there at the top 2, top 3 yet, but we are trying to catch up there. And I forgot that this AI summit showcased 3 LLM models indigenous to India itself.
That is correct.
But I must tell you that, this is a little bit of mirth when it goes with Congress and protest. This was, if you remember, back in 2012, the time called the Congress Prime Minister Manmohan Singh as underachiever. The Congress was incensed and it sent the same youth Congress mob to burn copies of Time. But what happened? They mistook Time for Times and they burned Times of India copies instead. So this is what happens when Congress protests. But the fact of the matter is, if it was, agar t-shirt or shirts ही उतारनी थी, so I much rather had Khalik ji because कम से कम उनकी body तो है.
Khalik ji, you want to come in and respond to that? What was the point of this protest? Even the public were beating up these people. Khalikur Rahman.
Yeah, good evening and good evening to all my co-panelists, to all the viewers. Though the protest is democratic and the constitutional right, but in the manner in which the protest was done, definitely, that is something which, we cannot endorse it because this was a great platform. And for the last 3 days, in fact,
That
the
is very
BJP
brave
government.
of you to say, Khalik ji.
No, no,
Very brave of you
no,
to
no,
say. I have to
yeah,
applaud you for being in the Congress and saying that you do not endorse it.
But see, because there is a way of protesting, and definitely there are norms of protesting. And for the last 3 days, in fact, as it is, the BJP government was, facing a lot of embarrassment because of, so many shortcomings in the summit. And I think by doing this, the focus has, shifted totally. And now the BJPs and even all the media
Correct.
is
For no reason.
for absolutely and totally offensive. So I think on whose directions these people have gone there. See, the issues raised by them are very genuine. I don't really say. But see, there is a way of protesting.
But
So
but
this
your
is the
point is
manner in
taken,
which they protested.
Khalik sir. Your point is taken, but you're saying you don't know who sent them. The leadership is defending them, which means that they were given the orders to actually go. They were not acting on their own. Mr. Kingra, you want to add to that? Your colleague Khalik ji disagree. Sanju, I'm coming to you to give a comprehensive response. Let's just get from the Congress first. Yes, Mr. Kingra.
Yeah, Mr. Shiv, good evening to all of my co-panelists and as well as all your viewers. Now, let me say something. Why this protest? This protest was there because democracy in this country is being strangulated. Leader of opposition is not allowed to speak in the parliament, which is a forum for raising such issues. You know, parliament is the biggest forum where the leader of the opposition or the opposition can raise any issue. Look at Epstein files. The minister is involved and not discussed in the parliament. And people have arrested the brother of the prince or the king in England. People have resigned. So here you are protecting somebody who is a supporter of the pedophile, and this matter is not being discussed in the parliament. The Indo-US agreement is not being discussed in the parliament. So once you deprive of opposition their right to discuss issues in the biggest forum of the country, that is the parliament, this is strangulating the democracy. Once you strangulate the democracy, the pressure will come out like this anywhere.
Okay.
Let me tell you one thing. I don't support this kind of thing, but at the same time, I will say there is no option left to the people in this country.
Okay.
Because you strangulate them in the parliament. You are not allowing the leader of the opposition to speak.
Okay.
Why not?
Sanju, let Sanju answer that. Sanju, both the Congress members on the panel say they don't endorse the manner in which this protest took place, but they say that the issues raised are legitimate. And Mr. Kingra says if you oppress and silence and strangulate, this is how it is going to manifest.
You know, Shiv, I'm going to borrow your phrase, unemployed soldiers. Unemployed soldiers of the Congress party today transformed into streakers. And Congress has lost its shirt, metaphorically speaking, while these Congress darbaris went shirtless. What a shame that in their visceral hatred for Narendra Modi, they did not blink an eyelid to actually malign India. But it takes a lot to malign India, and the fact is, despite the antics of the Darbari ecosystem, the AI Impact Summit of 2026 is a stellar, unequivocal success. And I have no qualms in saying, hats off to Narendra Modi. He's one of the few leaders who can marry grand vision with seamless execution. But without getting into rhetoric, let me substantiate what I said with data, because I think data by and large never lies. This was one of the few AI summits where you had more than 41 global CEOs. You had more than 2.5 lakh visitors. You had more than 118 countries. You had more than 25 heads of states. You had more than 67 ministerial delegations. You had more than 600 startups. You had more than 644 AI technologies up for display. You had more than 327 unique stalls from over 37 countries exhibiting their technologies so that everybody could have a look at it. But As they say, nothing speaks louder than investments. Bear with me for 10 seconds. Sam Altman says $100 billion partnership with TCS. Adani Group commits $100 billion. Mukesh Ambani commits $110 billion. Brad Smith of Microsoft commits $50 billion.
Okay.
Sundar Pichai commits another $15 billion. And lo and behold, 1 minute, there's a man called Vinod Khosla. We all know he has nothing to do with the right. He's a leftist to the core. He's committed $23 billion. The co-founder of Sun Microsystems says Narendra Modi is the only man who actually believes
Let
in
me get the, okay.
AI.
Sanju, heard, point made. Let's get, Mr. Kingra, respond to that. The summary of this is that the Congress is unable to differentiate
my colleague in the, my co-panelist from the
party
BJP,
interest versus
when the
national
Prime Minister
interest
of India,
is a blurred line for the Congress. That is the allegation against you. You can't
let me
differentiate.
say, Shiv, you asked me the question,
Yes.
let me reply.
Yes.
When the Prime Minister of India in Seoul in 2015 said that people were ashamed of being Indians before 2014, was it not a national shame coming from the mouth of the Prime Minister himself? Secondly, let us not discuss AI. The Prime Minister say AI should be democratized. Why the Election Commission has been monopolized? Why the Election Commission appointment should not be democratized? So let us democratize our own institution first and then talk of
But
AI
that's a separate issue,
democratization
sir.
at the international level.
I need to
No,
come
let
in
me
here.
complete, ma'am. Let me complete, ma'am. Let me complete.
No, I will not allow you to make reckless
AI
allegations.
summit.
I
There
will
were
not allow you
mismanagement.
to make
I
reckless
agree.
allegations.
I agree.
I'll
that,
give you time to
I agree-
rebut, Sanju.
I
Just let
agree
it
that there are many mismanagement in such a mega event. But there were lies, like the lie, how could the Galgotia University say that this is our robot when it was purchased from
We
China?
bashed them.
What could you? Why it was not vetted by the organizer?
No, but that is not the
But
debate
coming
today.
to
That
the-
was the debate 2 days ago.
Are really genuine or not?
But-
This is the responsibility of the government.
No, but
not
we're
the
talking about
responsibility
your
of the Galgotia
protest today, sir.
University. You
No.
must do due diligence
Can I please
on
comment?
on the entries. If you don't do
This cannot be
due
a
diligence
debate where
on the
he gets to
entries,
make
this
reckless
kind of thing will
allegations.
happen.
Okay.
How much India earned image out of it?
Sanju, quick rebut. I want to keep it short because I want to bring the others in also.
Big of democracy.
Sanju, quick
But
reply. I'll
we
bring
have made a
Anand in after
mockery of
that.
the democracy in this country.
Yes, Shiv.
Choking people
Yes,
not to
Shiv,
speak in the
Shiv, now you
parliament.
have to give me
No
time
discussion
because
on
I
the
said
Okay,
that
don't
on the-
repeat
I
points
did
because
not
we...
heckle him.
the lecture of the president.
got-
address
no,
of the
we've got
president.
limited time, so
Prime
don't
Minister
Prime
repeat
Minister is not
points.
addressing anything in Lok Sabha.
Mr.
Has
Kingra,
it
hold your
happened
peace,
ever
sir.
in this country in democracy? Or let me tell you,
Can I please-
has it happened in any democracy in the world?
Okay.
I made a mockery of the
Mr.
democracy.
Kingra, hold your peace. Hold your peace. Hold your peace. Let Sanju answer you because we have limited time. Let everybody speak. Let everybody speak. Yes, Sanju. Quick. Keep it short. Keep it short.
Go on strangulating the democracy.
Shiv, I'll keep it short. You're intimidating me. I'm getting scared.
No,
now.
no intimidation. I am friends of every side and everyone here. Please.
Yes. Let me just say one thing very quickly. I do not wish to deviate from the topic, but since the Congress spokesperson spoke of the Election Commission, let me remind him, T.N. Seshan was the Chief Election Commissioner from 1990 to 1996, and the Darbari Congress ecosystem gave him a ticket to contest elections from Gandhinagar in 1999. He lost. M.S. Gill was the Chief Election Commissioner under the Congress.
Okay.
He was made the Minister for Youth and Sports Affairs. And my next point, Naveen Chawla was made the Chief Election Commissioner in 2005 by Sonia Gandhi.
Sanju,
Is that
Sanju, now you-
enlighten KGA.
Sanju-
And my final point, Shiv, please, 10 seconds more.
You are saying you don't want to let them
Gandhi-
deviate and you're deviating even more.
No, let me finish. Thank you, Shiv. He's made an allegation. I can't let it pass, Shiv. Let me now come straight to the topic, not more than 20 seconds. In 20 seconds, I just wish to say this. Sundar Pichai said, the AI energy in India is unmatched. Sam Altman said, the AI scalability in India is unmatched. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said, the AI accessibility in India is unmatched.
Okay.
IMF Kristalina Georgieva said, Modi is the only man who's talking of democratizing AI.
Yes,
The Congress
okay.
people are
No,
behaving like
and
goons.
you can see the IMF chief's interview at 10 p.m. But I have very limited time left. Anand, was this a legitimate protest? Protests of these kinds happen at international summits the world over. The Congress is saying this is a very legitimate protest and why are you calling it, a topless protest, etc. Do they have a point or is this something against the national interest as the BJP is saying?
No, I wouldn't go as far as that. There absolutely nothing legitimate about this protest. Of course, I am for them protesting, and they could have removed anything, whatever they wanted. But outside the venue, because they disrupted very important organizations that were happening inside, including talks and lectures. And can I just say a couple of points? Number one, my good friend Kingraji said that this is happening because democracy is being throttled. Rahul Gandhi is not allowed to speak in parliament, sir. आपने भी सुना होगा एक हफ्ता पहले Rahul Gandhi spoke for 44 minutes. If in 44 minutes you cannot put your point across, then you don't need 400 minutes. And number two, how the hell is Modi responsible for some spokesperson of some university saying that this dog is ours?
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of due diligence do you even do? You can't. And number four, my good friend Khalik ji, I'm really worried for his honesty. He might be sacked from Congress tomorrow. I request the BJP to induct him.
Anand, please
No, he-
stop taking pot shots at the BJP. Can you refrain from doing that for a change, Anand? Why do you always have to do monkey balancing, my friend?
No.
कभी तो monkey balancing बंद करिए भाई साहब.
What monkey balance is he doing, Sanju? Come on, he's just saying
Oh,
that
come on,
let them
Shiv.
protest more. It's
Come on,
fine.
Shiv, can't you see through our
No, let Mr.
sarcasm, sardonic comments, as I may wish to call them?
Mr. Kingra can answer that. I'm almost out of time. Last minute, Mr. Kingra, answer.
No.
You're saying you've been strangulated. Your
that.
leader had ample time to
we-
speak, sir. What is the big deal?
We as a country and we as a Congress party are proud of our technical workforce. Entire technical workforce was not created in the last 11 years. We created it through IITs set up by the Congress regime, because we set up institutions which nurtured these people, and they grew all these people, those who are presently heading the major electronic media thing, or this thing. They are the product of the institution set up by the Congress. You check anybody's background, you will come to know.
But sir, how are people taking off their shirts going to make that point?
बनियान से भी AI summit, थोड़ा शर्म करिए. थोड़ा शर्म करिए.
Let the democracy be nurtured, and these protests will be over. You are not nurturing democracy. You are strangulating democracy.
Okay.
Coming out somewhere else. So let the democracy mature in this country.
I am out of time.
The Prime Minister go to foreign land, and the Prime Minister insults the Indian in the foreign land.
Okay.
The Prime Minister tell you in the foreign land in Seoul.
Okay.
Was not
I have to call the debate to an end only because I'm out of time.
insult all the Indians. What business? I was born before.
Only because I'm out of time and I haven't given Khalikur Rahman ji a second chance at all, for which I am profusely apologetic. But I only want to say that all four of you are my friends. Today Sanju is aggrieved. Today Sanju is aggrieved. Today Mr. Kingra has lost his temper. Khalikur Rahman ji has been extremely
I have
patient,
not lost my
but he has
temper,
taken,
man. I have
but he's
not
taken
lost
a big
I have
career
not lost
risk
my
by
temper.
not endorsing this Congress protest. And the only person who has enjoyed today's debate, obviously with the big smile on his face, is Anand Mandapam.
And I'm hearing it.
Okay.
I'm removing my...
He's taking off his jacket. Anand has taken off his jacket. He's also protesting. Anand, please don't take out any more, because I will get a notice from the Broadcast Association. And we don't want that, because we want to welcome you all back on the show for the next time. Khalikur Rahman ji, my profound apologies for not coming to you a second time. You saw how the three of these people completely hijacked the show. Even I couldn't get a word in. So my profound apologies. I will call you all back here on the show.
I can
Sanju,
understand. No
Kingra
issues.
ji, Khalikur Rahman ji, and my friend Anand, thank you very much for your time tonight here on India Matters.